Hi, welcome back to Matter in Our Surroundings Part 4. In yesterday's class, we learned that due to change of temperature and pressure, the matter changed its states. Now we will discuss about evaporation. It's a new term, children, we are using here, and we are going to learn what it does mean, isn't it? What is mean by evaporation? It's a phenomenon. It is like a phenomenon of change of liquid state into vapor state. Once again, listen, children. It is a phenomenon of change of liquid state into vapor state at any given temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. Not understood now clearly? Let us take a few examples, children. See here. If an open vessel containing a water kept uncovered, means it has not closed by any plate or by any if it has kept open, the water after few days we are not going to able to see that where it went, isn't it? If the vessel kept open, where does the water is going? How it has missed from the container. Similarly, if the clothes or wet clothes are kept under the sunlight, they are going to dry up. Where does the water went? Our question is that here in the container we have not covered it by any lid. The water is missing. Here also the wet cloths means they also contain here water. Where it went when we keep under the sunlight is a question, isn't it, children? It is nothing but these two are the examples for evaporation effect. Now, shall I repeat once again the definition of evaporation, children? Yes, the phenomenon of liquid changing into vapor. See here, the liquid has missing, means it has converted its state into vapor and given to the surrounding. Here also, the wet cloths, nothing but a liquid state. It has the water has dried. Means it has given to its surrounding. Means here also the change of state of matter can be observed. So this is called as an evaporation, isn't it, children? Do you know during an evaporation the particles are continuously moving? This is a general, no, children? The particles of matter are continuously moving. They are not at rest. Similarly, at any temperature, for any solid or liquid or gas, the particles of matter will be having different kinetic energy. When comes or talk about liquids, the liquid whatever the particles which are present at the outer surface or outer layer, those particle possesses more kinetic energy. So what happens, children? Here they gains more kinetic energy. So what are the particles present at the outer surface are ready to escape to the surroundings. Because of this observation, we can observe the change of matter, that is liquid into vapor. Evaporation is happening here, isn't it? Once again, we will discuss about, that is define about evaporation. Evaporation is nothing but it's a surface phenomenon, isn't it? There we can absorb change of a liquid state into vapor state at any given temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. Now we will discuss about factors. What are the factors which affects the evaporation? Children, there are few factors which increases with evaporation and also decreases with evaporation. For example, surface area. As we know that evaporation is a surface phenomenon, it increases with surface area. Similarly, increases with the temperature, decreases with humidity, and increases with wind speed. Now we will describe how one by one how they are going to affect the evaporation. Children, evaporation is a surface phenomenon. Whatever the things which are spreaded, means surface got increased, we can increase the evaporation effect there, isn't it? Next, temperature. Increase of a temperature makes the kinetic energy of the particles more. isn't it? If the particles obtain more kinetic energy, then we can absorb evaporation also going to be increased there, isn't it? So we can say that due to increase of temperature, evaporation effect also can be increased. Next, decreases with humidity. Listen carefully, we are saying that decreases with humidity. The word humidity is nothing but the presence of water vapor in the air. In it, children, the presence of what? Water vapor in the air. If the surrounding air already contained more than that of a definite amount of water, so it won't hold again water, isn't it? It won't again, it cannot hold again water vapor. So the evaporation decreases with humidity. Understanding? Then it increases with wind speed. For example, if a container kept water and if it has not covered, isn't it, then we can absorb escape of water very soon, or even you can observe that wet cloths are going to dry up very faster during the windy days, because at that time the wind will be more. What making the wind for the particles of the state liquid? Isn't it, children? Because when the wind speed got increases, the particles of liquid are also moving faster. It means that the presence of water vapor in the surrounding decreases. It also moves along with the wind. So what happens? Evaporation increases there. Got it, children? So evaporation increases by surface area, similarly increases by temperature, decreases with humidity, and increases with wind speed. Yes, now we will discuss how evaporation causes cooling. You know, children, in an open vessel, the liquid starts evaporating. It means that the particles of liquid loses their energy from the surroundings. The particles of liquid, they absorbs energy from the surrounding, and it will be used to regain what the energy lost during the evaporation. What the liquid particles here doing? They are going to absorb the energy which is present in the surroundings, and that energy will be used in regaining the energy which is lost during evaporation. And this absorption of energy makes what? Cooling effect. Once again, I'll explain, children, here how evaporation causes cooling. Means whatever the energy lost during evaporation, it will be obtained from the surrounding, and it will be used for continuing the change of state of matter. At that time, what makes the particles or the condition will be in a cooler in state. Now we will take few more examples which causes evaporation cooling effect. Say, children, that is acetone. It's a chemical name for nail polish remover. What happens if we apply it to our palm? We feel cool, isn't it? How does it happen? Because when we apply nail polish remover to our palms, the particles loses its energy, and they'll gain that energy from our body or from the surrounding, and in turn causes cooling. Understand, children? Then let us take one more example. After a hot sunny day, we sprinkle water on the top, on the roof or on the open ground. You know why? Because whatever the water has lost during evaporation, it will be again obtained by the particles if we spread over the ground. So what makes here? The surface will become cool. In turn, the ground will turn into cool. Isn't it? The absorption of a water regain, whatever the water energy it has lost, will be obtained by the means of sprinkling of water. So we are feeling a cooling effect, isn't it? You can give more example which causes cooling effect here. Then one more. Why should we wear cotton clothes during summer days? You know, children, cotton is a good absorber of water. During the hot days, what happens? We used to sweat more, isn't it? That sweat will be absorbed by the cotton easily and gives to the surroundings. Whatever it is present surrounding, it will be given. Thus, it makes easy evaporation and in turn keeps our body cool, isn't it? That's why everyone should prefer what? Wearing of a cotton cloth during the summer days, because cotton is a good absorber of water. It absorbs sweat and gives to the atmosphere, in turn makes what? Evaporation. Cooling effect will be absorbed here. Next, and when we remove ice cold water from the fridge, after keeping outside for few minutes, you can see if small water droplets around that water bottle, isn't it? How it has happened? It is also, that is what? Evaporation causes cooling effect. Whatever the particles which are present, water vapors which are present in the air, gets come in contact with the ice cold water. They loses its energy. Now what happens? As soon as they comes in contact with the ice cold water, the water vapor which is present in the air loses its energy. When it loses its energy, it changes its state. That is, the vapor will be changed into liquid state. So we are going to see it as water droplets, isn't it? What is happening here? Whatever the air which is present surrounding, it will be converting its state from vapor to liquid. Because of that phenomenon, we are going to see when an ice cold water kept outside, a small water droplets surrounding it. This completes all the matter in our surrounding chapter. Now we will recall what all the things we learned in this chapter. Matter learned, isn't it? What is mean by matter? It's a property of an atom which is present everywhere. It exists in 3 different states, isn't it? Then the change of matter also we have observed. Means one state to another state conversion we have seen here, isn't it? Then sublimation state, evaporation state, latent heat of vaporization, then latent heat of fusion, all such different concepts and very interesting things we learn in this chapter. So keep on reading the textbook thoroughly, children. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Thank you.